So to clarify, we're not saying that it can't be done,
No,
but
it can't be done.
yeah,
I mean, sorry to interrupt, but it can physically, but it's just a money just to get the patient out of the chair soon. That's my opinion.
oh wow, so he's willing to go there.
Because I think that's a red line that you cannot cross.
I think you're right. I think we can't do that.
We can't do it physically.
Hypothetically, if you had a robot patient, maybe if you were talking about a lecture, we can possibly have that in a lecture patient has no remodeling, but realistically, it's impossible.
You can, but the tissue is gonna, the gums are gonna shrink. The bone is gonna remodel with it. The bone is gonna shrink, and we don't even know if those implants are gonna hold in the bone. Even
Although would I
the
put
more
zirconia in?
the more implants, you see, the more implants we place, the more implants that fail, because not 100% of the implants integrate in the bone. So just taking into consideration that 85 to 90% of the implants at the top jaw and 90 to 95 at the bottom integrate. There are 5 to 15% of them that don't integrate. Won't integrate for you, won't integrate for you, for no one, just like human biology. So how can you give fixed teeth on the following day? And then when the patient comes back with a final teeth, and the patient comes back after a few months, there's going to be a huge gap. And that is not going to be cleanable.
So let's talk about that huge gap. What issues develop from a huge gap because that patient got a final set of teeth within 1 week?
Mainly speech problems. If you leave a gap at the top between the gums and the patient's gum and the prosthetic gum, the air escapes or saliva escapes, patient cannot talk correctly.
They have a lisp sometimes. They whistle through it.
Or
Food infection.
hygiene problem. Yeah. And we go back. Hygiene problem with the major local risk factor for the long-term survival of implants. We know that systemic risk factor might be like diabetes or smoking, whatever. Well, smoking is local too, but let's say the major risk factor for me that it's our fault is if the prosthesis is not designed correctly. So what's the point of giving the patient the final teeth the following day? Those teeth are gonna make the implants fail in 5 to 8 years. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the business.
I think like going back to obviously simplifying it to a patient perspective problem. We had the patient the other day who came back with a prosthetic where there was a big space. Amongst all the issues that you mentioned, she couldn't eat because she said every time I eat something, I have to immediately go to the restroom, use a water pick, get everything out. I can't talk to people when that happens because the moment I eat something, food gets stuck there. So I think the patient paid for something fixed. Patient got something fixed, but patient can't even function with that fixed prosthetic. So I think the long-term outcome is severely impacted by giving a prosthetic that's finalized in the first couple of days.